President Muhammadu Buhari on Sunday departed the royal terminal of King Abdul-Aziz International Airport, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, for Abuja after attending the 14th summit of the Organisation of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, in Mecca. The presidential aircraft conveying the president and members of his entourage left the Jeddah airport for Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja at about 2:45 p.m. local time. Some senior officials of government of Saudi Arabia, led by the Deputy Governor of Mecca province, Prince Abdullah bin Bandar bin Abdul-Aziz, were at the airport to bid the president farewell. Also at the airport to bid the president farewell were officials of the Nigerian embassy in Saudi Arabia. The president had, during the summit, expressed appreciation to the government of the people of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the elaborate arrangements and for the success of the summit. And joining me in the studio to talk about Mr. President's leaving Makkah back to Abuja and, of course, all the conversations at the OIC is Stephen Agiode. He's a legal practitioner and he's also of ACT Network. It's good to have you join us.
My pleasure.
So let's start by Mr. President's going to Saudi Arabia. A lot of Nigerians didn't take it so well, especially while they were expecting him to give a speech at the inauguration day. None of that was given, and then of course he jetted out immediately and left other people to be at the dinner that he was supposed to host. Do you think, or how impactful or how useful was this meeting in Jeddah to Nigerians and Nigeria's economy?
Well, the truth is that there's no doubt that Nigeria benefits from OIC to some degree. We joined during the regime of General Yakubu Gowon, and since then, particularly under General Babangida, when we became a full member, we have been enjoying tremendous economic and financial benefits. But the issues about OIC go beyond that. We are a multi-ethnic, multi-religious nation. And already you have the head of Khan protesting and saying that the president, who is a Muslim, ought not to have been attending such a forum, and wondering whether the president will be able to attend the Council of Churches meeting. Nigeria does benefit, but it's a balancing act. In a country where you have, only recently, our former head of state protest about the Fulanization of Nigeria, the northernization of Nigeria. It's obviously bad optics.
Well, but there are a lot of people who have different opinions on the Fulanization or the Islamization of Nigeria, because they are saying, yes, don't shoot the messenger. But the truth is, according to these people, Obasanjo, who is bringing the message in this instance, supported, when he handed over as a military ruler, who did he hand over to? When he handed over as a democratic leader, he handed over to a Muslim and a Fulani. He supported Buhari, who's a Muslim and a Fulani. He supported Atiku, who's a Muslim and a Fulani. So people are wondering, what exactly is he on about?
Well, like Professor Wole Soyinka said, and everyone knows Professor Wole Soyinka is no friend of Obasanjo. It is not the messenger that is important, it's what he has said. A lot of people in Nigeria feel passionately that there's a part of this country that wants to impose its own religion on other parts. It is that sensitive issue that our president... Is
that really the case? Are they trying to impose, or they're just doing their thing?
Perception is everything in politics.
Well, but then, is it an I mean, I don't see nobody trying to change me to become a Fulani or become a Muslim.
This is true. This is true. But
so that could have just been a blanket statement, a generalization that was not necessary.
Yeah, but you cannot really change people's feeling or perception. It may not be true. It may not be true that anybody is changing you, but you cannot change what I feel inside me, my perception of what is going on, the optics of it. That is why I think it is unfortunate that our president has chosen immediately after inauguration to go to the OIC. In some quarters, what will be said is that he has gone to his people to plan about how to Islamize Nigeria.
But he couldn't have. This is a meeting of different heads of states.
Yes, yeah.
He couldn't have. It wasn't him who fixed the meeting, obviously.
Which is true.
So I mean, he had to be at that meeting. But then let's not forget that the purpose of that meeting was to talk about terrorism in Nigeria, in Lake Chad, Cameroon, Niger, and they were talking about how to help us in that fight. So really, can we really just say that he went there to try to further Islamize Nigeria when we know that we're a secular country to some extent?
Yes. Like I said, it all boils down to optics. And then again, you ask yourself, our fight against terrorism did not start today. We have had assistance. We have assistance from everywhere. U.S. practically has a base in Niger where they are helping us. That has not solved the problem. What's the magic that OIC is going to do? The people involved in the terrorism we are talking about in Nigeria are attacking the core of Islamic religion. There are Muslims attacking the core of Islamic religion. So we can't really say Saudi Arabia coming on board, other Muslim countries coming on board will change them.
But maybe they could speak a language that they understand, being that they are coming in the guise of this same language or religion of, you know, Islam.
No, one needs to understand.
Even though those who believe in Islam say it's a religion of peace. Well,
but these ones don't believe so. These ones emphasize the part of Islam that talks about jihad, that says it is the duty of a non-Muslim to convert forcefully of a Muslim to convert forcefully a non-Muslim. That's the creed of this particular branch. Not being a Muslim, I do not know much, but what I do know is that there are parts of Islam centered around jihad, the use of force. This part of the religion favors that part to the exclusion of the peaceful messages of Islam.
Are you saying that Mr. President's travel did not bring anything whatsoever to Nigeria?
There are many ways the president could have done it.
It's a yes or no question.
But let me just answer it.
Okay, just quickly.
He could have sent a deputy. He could have sent a representative. He would have achieved the same thing. You see?
Okay. All right.